What comes first in your mind when you think about Afghanistan? War, patriarch, political upheaval, Taliban, oppression? Do you think about people living in a war-torn country? What aspiration do they have? Do they experience love? If you want to find answers to this question, the best book that I will recommend you is Khaled Hosseini's A Thousand Splendid Sun. It was my first Khaled Hosseini's book. I have heard about this book from many booktubers and I read it maybe 2 years ago, but still the story is fresh in my mind. We have two main characters, Laila and Mariam, and a story sets in Afghanistan where people are struggling against starvation, brutality and fear under Taliban. Story starts when Mariam is 15 years old and she is sent to Kabul to marry Rashid, who was a widowed shoemaker whose wife and son died many years before his marriage to Mariam. First, Mariam thought that Rashid is a good man, but when Rashid found out that Mariam is unable to give him a child, after that, he shows his real self to her. He started beating her and her life became full of darkness. Nearly after 2 decades, Rashid married again to Laila, who was just a young girl. Mariam and Laila become a very good friend and their friendship become as strong as the ties between mother and daughter. In the book, there is a very dark scene where Taliban are doing an announcement on the loudspeaker and on the radio. That announcement was about the rules that must be followed by all the people. I would like you to listen to them. Just imagine that you are standing in the street of Kabul and Taliban are doing their announcement and you will listen something like this. Our Watan is now known as the Islamic Emirates of Afghanistan. These are the laws that we will enforce and you will obey. All citizens must pray 5 times a day. If it is prayer time and you are caught doing something other, you will be beaten. All men will grow their beards. The correct length is at least 1 clenched first beneath the chin. If you do not abide by this, you will be beaten. All boys will wear turbans. Boys in grade 1 through 6 will wear black turbans. Higher grades will wear white. All boys will wear Islamic clothes. Shirt collars will be buttoned. Singing is forbidden. Dancing is forbidden. Playing cards, playing chess, gambling and kite flying are forbidden. Writing books, watching films and painting pictures are forbidden. If you keep packets, you will be beaten. Your birds will be killed. If you steal, your hand will be cut off at the wrist. If you steal again, your foot will be cut off. If you are not a Muslim, do not worship where you can be seen by Muslims. If you do, you will be beaten and imprisoned. If you are caught trying to convert a Muslim to your faith, you will be executed. Attention women. You will stay inside your homes at all times. It is not proper for women to wander aimlessly about the streets. If you go outside, you must be accompanied by a mahram, a male relative. If you are caught alone on the street, you will be beaten and sent home. You will not, under any circumstance, show your face. You will cover with burqa when outside. If you do not, you will be severely beaten. Cosmetics are forbidden. Jewelries are forbidden. You will not wear charming clothes. You will not speak unless spoken to. You will not make eye contact with man. You will not laugh in public. If you do, you will be beaten. You will not paint your nails. If you do, you will lose a finger. Girls are forbidden from attending schools. All schools for girls to be closed immediately. Women are forbidden from working. If you are found guilty of adultery, you will be stoned to death. Listen well. Obey Allahu Akbar. Just think how anyone can even breathe in this. When author visited Kabul before writing this book, He met many women and children and asked them about their experience. His characters are not based on any particular woman, but kind of collective spirit of all the women he met in Kabul. He used his experience of Kabul to kind of create his characters and intermittently dipped into the stories that he heard and to create a convincing environment. The heart of the story is a friendship between two people. One is a poor villager who lives in a remote area of Afghanistan, while the other is an educated daughter of a schoolmaster, and she has a high hope from her future. You will see that how circumstances, faith, and tragedy bring these two women together and how their lives intersect. This is the story of friendship, sacrifice, family, commitment, longing for acceptance, and belonging. The best thing about this book is the ending. It is so well presented in the book, and you feel like, oh yes, this is how it should end. A happy ending, that we will say. After reading this book, I was opened up to a world of hardship, captivity, injustice, prejudice, repressions. Mariam and Laila found a courage to question inequity around them so that they can face them and turn their life into a different way. And they proved it by changing the reality into one of many happy endings. And here I will end this video, but before you go, make sure that if you want to buy this book, please use the link I have put in the description below. It helps me a little. And one more thing is, make sure that you follow me on my Instagram account for your movie and book suggestions. Thank you.